Welcome to the Pivot Show, where we take you from the pit to the peak and everything in between.
This is your host, Trevor J. White, and today's topic is this. Sometimes you just got to do the work. Do what's required. Do what's required. So, excited to have you today here on the show. Blah, blah. Can't even talk in this moment. It's hilarious. Excited to have you on the show today. You guys are joining me. I'm here in beautiful Kauai, Hawaii, out on Poipu Beach, which is a favorite of the tourist spots. So as I'm doing today's show, you're going to notice people walking behind me. There's actually people you can't see walking in front of me. Some of them are looking at me like, what is this crazy asshole doing? But it's all good. We're just here to have a conversation. Talk about today's fire. Get you guys fired up for the day so you can go out and accomplish the things you need to accomplish in life so that you can win. This is what I do inside of the entire game. But before we jump into it, don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it up. The only way this show grows is if you help it grow. And if you find value from it, share it up with other people so they can get the same value you're receiving from it. On the daily, the show hits every single day. And let's get into it. Let's dive into the topic because today's topic is a pretty significant one. And it starts last night. Last night was an interesting night for me. So I lost my mind. Literally lost my mind. It was, fortunately, I'm married to an absolutely powerful woman who can handle it when I lose my mind. Because when I lose my mind, I really lose my mind. Like, I'm pretty controlled, collective. I consider myself a very disciplined person who can do, pretty much control his environment, his space, his mind, his energy, etc. I do a lot of things inside of the Pivot protocol that allows me to do this, right? This is what I train on every single day. But being in the space, last night, I lost my mind, and it was a good day. That's what was so wild about it. I had a lot of powerful, productive things. My book is actually almost, it's like, I thought it was done. It's not quite done. My editor came back and said, hey, we love it all except right here. Can you do something with this? So I've got one more story I got to write, and that'll be done today. Is the day that I'm recording this, and then the book will be out. So if you're not watching this on the day that this gets posted, there's a high probability that the book's already out. So you can go pick that up at powerthepivot.com for free. Powerthepivot.com, giving that book away for free. It's just the intro into the framework of how to have it all is really the premise inside of that game. But anyhow, so this is not a promo call or show. So I'm sitting there last night. I had good things happen throughout the day. The day was actually a great day. And then I find myself in my mind just getting frustrated with one element of my business. And it was the video editing side. Looking at what's happening, not happy with it, not happy with the result. And so for me in my mind, I was frustrated. And we go, and normally the place I go when I'm frustrated is I go down to the beach, similar to this one. So last night we went to, where did we go? What beach was it? It was right by the beach house. I can't remember the name of the beach right now. But anyhow, we go down to this beach, get my feet in the sand. It tends to calm me and like ground me out. And I feel really productive. I feel like things are going well, etc. for me when I do that. So I go, we do this, and it doesn't help. One thing it did is Kauai is a very cool island. All the islands, if you've never been to Hawaii, you'll realize that these islands have an energy. And there's a lot of them that have a different energy, right? Kauai is perfect for me because Kauai is like a sedation energy. And I am very tightly wound, high-strung energy. I'm the guy that just gets up and goes. I'm motivated. I move, right? This is the typical pattern for me. So to be in this island, which is the opposite, it pulls me down, which has been great because I can then go grind, expand, and do all the things I need to do in my business life. But then I can also disconnect from that, and I go into this kind of like hang loose, like chill cruise mode, which has been fantastic. Last night, though, that didn't work. All that happened is I got to the beach and I lost my mind. Right? I started talking, and you guys have all been a part of those conversations where you start to express what you're feeling, and then all of a sudden it gets worse and it gets worse. It you snowball into it, right? Everything is just like going, and the energy rises, etc. My wife, bless her sweet little heart, she's just sitting there listening. And I'm probably every third word is the F word. Like I am just going off. I'm frustrated, upset at what's happening inside of my video space and just talking about maybe I need to bring a new team member on. We need to switch things up. Things aren't working. So I'm going off, and I didn't at the time feel like I was being a victim. I was just more expressing. But I want to pause on this real quick and just identify it's okay to feel. Right? It's okay to feel something. It's okay to express yourself. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be irritated. It's okay to feel this way. Like every single emotion that we have they're all gifts from God, right? And in society, we have a tendency to say, well, these are good emotions and these are bad. If you feel these, that's great. And if you feel those, no, push those away and pretend they don't exist. This is very prevalent inside of men, right? Real men don't cry, blah, blah. I mean, fill in the blanks, whatever you want to call it. Like men are very emotionally sedated. We can't feel what we actually feel. We have to be stoic. We have to be the provider. We have to be strong. We have to be powerful. Fill in the blank onto what it means to be a man. But there's not a lot of freedom given for a manly man to express emotion of how he actually feels, right? And this tends to bottle up, and this is why the suicide rate amongst men is much higher than it is amongst women, because women are more natural at actually expressing and feeling and describing what they actually feel. So emotions are great. So if you have emotions, you have frustration, you have anger, it's amazing. The problem is with a lot of this is why it gets all twisted. If you don't have a positive outlet or a way to actually express and feel what you feel, then you end up blowing up your world. You become a bull in the china shop. You end up divorced. You end up doing crazy stuff. Like I've watched it happen with hundreds of men that I've coached inside of Pivot to help them not do that, right? To give them the frameworks and the tools and the systems to do that. So anyhow, last night, this is what's happening. I'm feeling these emotions, no guilt and shame around them. I'm expressing them, talking, venting for 30, 40 minutes. The conclusion was I needed to bring a new team member on because what was happening was not currently working. And I wake up, go through the rest of the night. I never really feel good. Wake up this morning and like I do every morning, 4:30 a.m., my routine, go right to the gym. At the gym working out. And for whatever reason, today I'm not as strong as I normally am. So some of the normal weights that I'm doing in dumbbells and just machines, like I can't do them. Like I'm failing much sooner. And it was interesting. I'm sitting there and that wasn't a big deal. I was like, well, yeah, I'm just doing the work. I'm paying the price, right? It's become non-negotiable, just a pattern and routine and a habit of what I do, right? So I'm just there doing the work. But it was funny because I'm sitting there in that environment doing the work that I know is required to have the body, the physique, the health, and the happiness that I want inside of me. And I have this moment of realizing that my batshit craziness last night and my willingness to do the work today were actually connected. And I had a different mindset when it came to certain parts of my business, which in this case, with the video side. And it reminded me of a phrase that I heard. I don't know if I even heard it this way. I have no idea who said it. I'm not taking credit for it. Don't know who said it, but I love it. But it's the following. I'm the laziest. Wait, no, hold on. I'm the hardest working, lazy person that I know. Right? You may hear that and you're like, what is he talking about? Right? It's very simple. I can work hard. And most of us do this. We work hard at something that we're good at, something that comes easy to us, and something that just becomes part of our pattern or routine. And we can work really hard at it. This is the person who works at a job and works 12 hours a day and works hard, but never seems to get ahead in life, right? And because it's not a matter of the fact that you can't work hard. It's the fact that you won't work hard on the things that actually matter. You won't work hard on the things you actually need to work hard on, because those are the things that are actually going to drive you to win. Those things are going to push you, right? And this is why you can be the hardest worker, but also be insanely lazy at the exact same time, right? And most people can't compute this. There is no separation. You can't be lazy and be hardworking at the same time. And this is why there's very few people that figure this out and understand it and realize that it's hard work alone is not enough. The hard work has to be in the right direction. And so I saw that. Today, I see it in my body, right? Because I'll be willing to push through. I'll do the hard work. I do the uncomfortable thing every single day in my body. But inside of my video editing and the work I was doing there, I was not willing to do the hard work. It's the crazy. I was thinking outside of myself to solve the problem, which really threw me into the victim mentality of why isn't this working? I'm so frustrated. What's wrong with me? Blah, blah, blah. Guilt, shame, inside of who Trevor's being, because I don't have this result that I'm looking for, that I'm wanting out of what I'm doing inside of my videos. And so it's the craziest pendulum, right? That is sitting there swinging back and forth, realizing I can't compartmentalize it, right? I have to be a hard worker in everything that I do, right? Especially the things that are frustrating me, the things I want to avoid, the things I don't actually want to do. And so when I saw that, I realized hiring a new member, a new staff on the team, like a new team, that didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. What needed to happen was Trevor just needed to get focused and start working on the things he's currently being lazy at. Right? There's a lot of you could look at your life the exact same way and realize there's things you're really hardworking at. You're willing to pay the price. You're willing to do the work. But when it comes to the thing that's actually going to move the needle for you or forward for you, the thing that's actually going to help you get from here to here, you won't do it. You'll justify, you'll make up stories, excuses, narratives as to why you're not going to go pull it off. No different than what I was doing. And you do this long enough, 1 week goes by, 2 weeks go by, a month goes by, a quarter goes by, half a year goes by, and all of a sudden you find yourself making New Year's resolutions with the same exact thing you made New Year's resolutions with last year. And it's not because you don't want things, it's not because you're not even willing to go after those things. It's because the things required to get it, they're outside of your capacity. They're beyond who you currently are. And if you are not willing to be a hard worker at the hard thing, then being a hard worker at the easy thing is a waste of time. You will never actually achieve what you want to achieve in this life. So this is what happened to me. This is what I saw. So as always in all of our shows, right, we got to make this applicable to you. So I want you to take a look at your world around body, being, balance, and business, the core four, around those four domains that make up who you are. Where are you currently a hard worker, but you're lazy? Which domain is it? And inside of that domain, what can you do about it? What's one simple thing that you can do, right? It's the best analogy I have that really helps and serves me is the fact that if I'm not getting up to bat every single day, and up to bat for me means the opportunity to become better. If I'm not getting up to bat every single day, then there's no way I can score, right? If I'm not even taking a swing, then I am not going to score. It's a guarantee. Now, could I strike out? Could I screw up? Absolutely. Will I? 99 times out of 100 I will. But the difference between me and somebody else is that I'm swinging the bat, and I do it every single day, and I do it on purpose. I put myself in that place. So I want you to look at that for you. Across your world, in body, being, balance, and business, where across the core four are you doing the hard work, but you're not doing the hard work on the right thing, on the thing that's actually going to move the needle forward? And what can you do about it today? What's the simple thing that you can do? Simple success, swinging singles. What's the thing that you can do? And then finally, number 3, go do it. Go do it. Don't talk about it, be about it. So that brings us to a wrap on today's show. Don't forget, if you got value from today's show, share it up. Share it up with somebody else who needs to hear this today, that they're stuck in the same rut and pattern that you're stuck in, and they know that you know that this would help them get to that next level. Also, don't forget to like us, give us a subscribe. Go hit me up, find me on the socials, right? It's pretty easy. It's my name, at Trevor J. White, at Trevor J. White on Instagram or Facebook. You can head over there and just, like I do my best to show a life that's possible for you, right? Something that you can actually live and resonate and get into. So go over there, follow it up. Love to see you over there. Give me comments, likes, subscribes, DMs. Love just talking with people and helping you rise to the highest level of who you are. So as always, this is your boy, Trevor J. White, reminding you that you're just one pivot away.